Alright, this is David Gartner here, trying out a full Ravnica block seal. This is a Phantom event on Magic Online. Recording for Mead Hall. So this should be interesting. I've never played the original Ravnica block before, so there's half of these cards I won't be familiar with. If you don't know what this format is, it's basically one pack from each of the original Ravnica sets and the new Ravnica sets. So there's going to be half the cards I'm familiar with, half of them I'm not. So let's start by sorting by rarity. Just going to take a little bit to figure out what all these cards do. That seems interesting. Probably pretty good. No, that card's good. It's pretty good. Yeah, so all my Return to Ravnica block cards are pretty solid. Seems like a pretty good card. All my lands can ping, -4. Disruption, and I can play it. So yeah, that seems very good as well. So all my rares seem pretty good. Red seems likely since 4 of the 6 are in red to some degree, and one of them is colorless. So let's look by color, go through these and see which colors are the best. I'm just gonna sort out the cards I want to play. Seems pretty good. This one is less good since we have half as many gates. We might have to see how many enchantments we have for this. Seems pretty good. It's a solid bear. See how many, yeah, again, how many auras. Probably not great though. What does Haunt do? When this spell card is put into a graveyard after resolving, exile it, haunting target creature. Alright. Seems pretty bad. Yeah, just by glancing at it, blue and white both look pretty shallow. But we'll see what multicolor cards we have. This seems pretty good. It seems like a pretty easy 2-for-1 though. That's usually pretty good. Not quite as good as Claustrophobia, but easier to cast. Transmute. I haven't played with Transmute, but this seems like it could be pretty good. And Zero Fight Defender for 3 isn't terrible. Interesting. Worst, the cycles. At best, it could play around protection or something like that. Maybe Shrinking Civic Saber. It doesn't seem great though. It's a reusable enchantment for unblockability. So it's kind of like overload. Liquid Black is it's an additional cost to cast Bonds of Agony, pay X life. It's a finisher, I guess. Doesn't seem great. Terrace Worm. Regen on top of a Mind Rot. Seems pretty good, actually. A 4/3 flyer for 4 sometimes. Interesting. Like that. It's basically a sorcery speed removal. Or threatening removal. Seems pretty good. It's a removal spell. Yeah, it seems pretty bad. Our Torture was pretty solid. This turns on Hellbent. And you can take advantage of this symmetry pretty well. Play around it. Dead Reveler's pretty good. Of course, Blockade wasn't bad. I'll give that a shot. And original Ravnica Cremate. Seems at least playable. Especially for Ogre's Font is a pretty good card, I think. Especially if I'm also going to be playing blue. It's pretty interesting. Maybe a sideboard card. Put that one in. Annihilating Fire is definitely good. Sell it. Conclusion deals 5 damage to target creature. Do I have to sack a creature? Yeah, it's actually probably pretty good. Seems pretty good as well. Let's look at green now. Corrosive Monitor is fine. Sportback Troll regenerate. Craft. It's not terrible. Super creature with the Bloodthirst. That's a fun mechanic. So potentially a 2/2 for 1. I like the sound of that. That seems pretty good as well. Burst of Strength. So it's looking like red-black is the best colors. Maybe red-green. Rebel Belt Raiders might be good. Armed and Dangerous is definitely good. So let's start taking a look at these multicolor cards. That seems pretty playable in any form or in any deck. Return creature from a graveyard and bounce a creature. Return a card from the graveyard. That seems really good. Yeah, that card seems really good, especially my Grixis. On red-black, I guess the blue-black side is a lot better. Seems pretty good late game. when they're out of stuff to play. This guy's pretty good. All these red white guys are real good. This one's okay. The worst. Torn Bond is definitely good. It's pretty good as well. Kingpin's Pet is good. Robot Raider is definitely good. So this could be played too. I'm just putting those on red since I'd probably be playing that color. So also maybe I should put these on. This would be on black since it's a black card. I'm dangerous. It's gonna be good either way, but it's pretty better with green. Pretty interesting. But there's 2 and trample. I like that a lot. Interesting. It's definitely playable. Don't need to be blue for it. Need to be blue for this. Cyclops. Electromancer. Ooh, a Rixmati Guildmage. That's a good reason to be green, red, black. So we may go 3 color, depending on what kind of fixing we get. It's looking like that plan is getting pretty good. Phoretic Prism is almost definitely in. Golgari Cluestone, that could be very good. Especially from black. Black and green playing zombie creature. It seems like a card I would enjoy playing. Alright, so looks like the best colors are going to be red, green, black with a nod toward blue. Approach for the Hunt isn't great, but we could play things like Tibor Lumia, ping and get flying, a little bit of removal. Blue on its own seems pretty weak. Urko Vosk is pretty solid, but we lose out on a lot of other stuff. So let's just take a look at, start with these 3 colors. Not sure if red black or red green is better right now. I feel like red black is probably better. A couple of these. Armored Dangerous is very strong. I can still play it in red. Maybe we just do a green splash. Would be pretty good. But that means we're taking these guys out. So Golgari Cluestone helps with the splash, and so does Prophetic Prism. So let's start here. For mana cost. We have a lot of cards in here. Evoke is interesting. Only tap for a color of the creature. Doesn't seem like a card I really want to play. None of those 1-drops are super appealing. So yeah, let's just start by cutting all the green cards. This is really probably the one I'm most excited to play, but I want to play it early, which makes the splash not great. This is a better one to splash. Actually, so Putrefy is definitely a card I want to splash. The green helps raiders get better. But it looks like we want to be core red black. So maybe cuttable. 3 for 4 isn't the best. This is also 3 for 4 with downside. I guess it's can't be removed, so it's kind of upside. If I cast a removal spell on it, it just goes back to my hand. Want this for fixing, and I can cycle it later. Pull this out for now. It doesn't seem great. Okay, well I'm at a full deck now, I guess. So we can pull out Ogre Savant. I'm not going to want to attack into this. If I'm going on the aggressive plan, none of the rest of these seem great. So I think cards I'd want to bring in. Well, I'm going to look through here and see if there's any of these cards that I would like to take out. Blockade, we are kind of low on creatures, which is a thing, and I think we want to be aggressive, so that's maybe not as good. This turns on Bloodthirst. Be kind of expensive to do so. Seems very good, especially with Prophetic Prism. I can fix my mana to be able to cast these spells. Also, if I'm getting lands from them, I can use those to cast the spells as well. They do get to choose, so they can choose to pitch cards that I cannot cast, which is relevant. Like this, being able to give regenerate to creatures. How does draft work again? This creature enters the battlefield with 2 counters on it. When another creature enters the battlefield, I can put a counter onto that creature. So any creature I play after it, I can basically give regenerate, which is pretty interesting. Horse of Might might be good. It's either later game spell. Don't have a lot of cards to turn on Massive Raid, which is awkward. Trickery could be good. I don't know how many X1s there are in original Ravnica. It's a removal spell. Yeah, we might be able to do something with this. So we'll try it out. Transform is interesting. I don't know how fast or slow this format is, so I don't know if this will just end up getting straight in my hand when I die. It doesn't seem great. I'll keep it in mind for sideboarding, but I don't think it's something I want to main deck in the dark. I could try to splash something like this just on Prophetic Prism. Maybe I can put in a Simic Signet to fix. Also helps ramp a little bit, but there aren't going to be a lot of cards that I use it to cast. I don't like that a lot. Crow's Monitor is not really splashable since it's double green. Bring in this. Doesn't seem it's too early. It's gonna be hard to splash. I'll keep in the Torturer, and this is pretty awkward. creature count is pretty low right now, which I'm not a huge fan of. There's not a lot more creatures I'd want to bring in. I guess I could bring that golem back in. Did take that out, right? Oh. These are ones that I would like to bring in. Bloodthirst 2 seems very good, and Bloodthirst 1, making this a 3/3 is very good, and making it unblockable, or using it to eat guys, also seems very good. Bring in this. I'll probably take out the Higher Torturer for these. This one is more questionable because I would like it to be an early drop. What do I have to turn on Bloodthirst? Spark Mage is good. Annihilating Fire, I suppose. That's not great. It's pretty awkward. I might want Higher Torture, just such a slow way to turn it on though. So maybe Bloodthirst isn't great since I can't reliably turn it on. I think this is still fine since it's late enough that I can get in with combat damage. So I think this is the deck I'm going to try out. See what Moto wants for lands. I do not want any blue lands for sure. As for this, I'm not sure how many targeted abilities there are. I think new Ravnica, Return of Ravnica block had a fair number. So maybe I just want the Golem instead. Where did you go? Is this, how is this a gold card? Why is this not colors? Maybe it's all the colors? I don't know. We'll play it. Suggest. We still don't want the blue. I think we want another black. Definitely want a lot of red. 3 green, so we have 5 green sources, 7 black sources, and 9 red sources for 3-ish green cards. Yeah, this is pretty good. I feel like black is better. Maybe we just want to be red-green. Splash black? We're running out of time. So let's actually do that real quick. Don't like the Hellbent very much. Deck. Maybe take this out. I'll do that. Seems pretty good. Let's try it out and see you in round 1.